once again. Loving you. No, I'm kidding. Hi, how are y'all doing? Doing pretty good, actually. I've been good. Hey guys, so yeah, this is my makeup tutorial, and it's for this look. It's just a nice, classy look. I think it goes really well with brown eyes because of the gold on the inside. I'm not sure if you can really tell. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this classy look. It's just a dramatic eye and then with a nude lip, or close to nude lip. These lips are kind of pink, but still, yeah, but it's just a toned down lip with a dramatic eye. I was just trying out a couple new outfits, wearing some jewelry I haven't found an outfit for before. This is a bit of a kind of witchy outfit, I'm not sure. It looks really nice. It's just a silk quarter sleeve top and then a skirt that finally fits me. It didn't before, but of course it may not always be a good thing. So, yeah, but yeah, classic makeup look. I'm doing good, as usual. This look is really nice. It can be used daytime, nighttime, anytime. I wear this look to work sometimes, not with the lips though. With the lips I usually just put a little bit of gloss and then that's it, and then I'm good to go. That's a good thing about these eyes, is that they can either be incredibly dramatic or they can be actually a bit more subtle and unprofessional. This video was a lot of fun for me to shoot. I know it's kind of last minute and I'm sorry about it being late. I just got a little caught up and then I was trying to figure out the whole lighting situation, because I actually had to do the video somewhere else so that you're closer into my face and so you can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and set that up for you, show you what I can do, and hopefully you'll like it. If there's any suggestions, tips, comments you have, go ahead and let me know. Go and just comment down below. If you'd like, please subscribe if you do like my makeup tutorial and hope to see more. I am planning on uploading at least every weekend. I'll try on Fridays. That'll be my due date, I guess. I'll try and upload on Fridays. If I don't get it in, then I'll more than likely have it in on Saturday, okay? But yeah, I'll do my best, and thank you all for your support, and I hope you enjoy the video. Here we go with our makeup tutorial. Let me explain to you really quick what I did on my face, because what I did on my face was, I had put a color corrector by Stila, one-step corrector. I'm not sure if you can see that too well. But yeah, I put the one-step corrector by Stila on after I washed my face. And then after that, I put on Naked Skin by Urban Decay. It's a BB cream, a beauty balm. So I put both of those on my face. Afterward, I put concealer on. It was the e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer. I just put it all over my face and just dabbed it like along my nose, under my eyes, and dabbed it around my mouth. And then also on my forehead too. And then I just blended it out. Then I put powder over it, which the powder I used is just air spun loose face powder. Just it's a naturally neutral, so it's just a neutral color. It's not the translucent, not transparent. It's naturally neutral, so just the neutral. And then over that, I put Laura Mercier's nude color. It's a cream compact color. Sorry, it's kind of dirty. It's a cream compact color. I put that on over using a stippling brush. I just stippled all underneath, blended it out, and then I went over with the powder once again. Now, the reason why I did it in such a weird fashion, normally I wouldn't do it that much, is because I was trying to get my complexion a bit clearer because it wasn't showing up too well on camera. Anyway, so, okay, and now for the eyes. This is the eye right here. What we have is white, gold, a bit of brown as well, and then also like a matte brown, because the white, gold, and the black and the brown are all like shimmeries, and then I also have a matte brown, which I actually used bronzer. Oh, that's right. I also put on bronzer. This is a Hoola bronzer by Benefit. What I did was I put those on. I put it in a 3 shape. So what I did was I grabbed a face brush, just a powder brush, and then I put that right here under my cheekbones, and then up over the top of my head as well. So under the cheekbone, over the head, and then also down here. So you want to make a 3 shape whenever you put the foundation on. Alright, and so what I did was that, and then I just got another brush. This is the Airbrush Powder Brush by Sephora collection. So Airbrush Powder Brush by Sephora Collection. I went ahead and I used this for all my powder bases, all my light powder bases. So like my overall face powder, just the white powder, and then also I used it to blend out the bronzer as well. With the bronzer, the brush I used was the Full Flawless Face Brush by Bare Minerals. And then, this was just a basic Face Secrets brush. Well, Face Secrets bronzer stippling brush. And I used that for the cream foundation over. Okay, so let's get to these eyes. Okay, so for the eyes, the very first thing that you're going to need to get is either, what I used is a white cream shadow like that. This one is Color Tattoo by Maybelline New York. So it's just, I just got it at Walmart. It's just a basic cream shadow. Now the brush I'm going to use, you'll just need to get a flat concealer brush. This one's by Eco Tools, so they're eco-friendly brand. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get the cream white shadow on here. Okay, normally I do use primer on my eye. This is going to be your primer. So what you want to do is get that on the lid only. I don't have that big of a lid, so you're going to get this on your lid, all the white, all the way across. Now I'm going to put a bit of white right here in the tear duct area as well. And what that's going to be for is for my highlight. So that whenever I highlight, it'll pop a little more, okay? Make sure while you're putting this on your eye that you're going to go ahead and blend it out too, because you don't want it to be too thick in some spots, because then it's going to crease. Alright, get a bit more of that white. And then put it underneath your brow bone as well as a highlight. I know it's going to look a little extreme and a little bit odd. My eye's going to be completely white. But, yeah, you just want to blend all this out. Make sure you do not pass the brow over here. And there we go. So you're going to blend all this out. Blend it out, blend it out, blend it out. Okay. And then so my lid is completely covered in the white. But of course what I did was I put it on the lid, and then I blended it up, and then I put it on my brow bone, and then I blended it down. So that way right here is a bit more thinner, just so you can ensure that it won't crease. Because that's the last thing you want, is to be in the middle of the day, you worked several hours on your makeup, and then out of nowhere, boom, crease. Most of the colors I'm going to be using today are going to be from my Bare Minerals Star Treatment palette. There's a black, there's a kind of bronzy color, more of a brown. Then there's also a white, and then a dark brown. And then we got a dark gold as well. It's a pressed powder palette by Bare Minerals. They just recently, not too long ago, started coming out with pressed palettes, which is really nice, because their loose palettes were good, but everybody was like, well, I need a pressed palette. So finally they came out with these nice little pretties. The first thing we're going to use actually though on my crease is I'm actually going to use that Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I'm going to go ahead and use that as just a beginning brown color to put on my crease. And that's just to give it a bit more depth, to also make blending a bit more easier as well, and just it's just also a matte color, because you don't want shimmer all throughout the eye, because then that'll just take away from the look. So what we're going to do is we're going to load it up on a brush. On this I have my Sephora Airbrush Shadow Brush. There aren't any numbers on these brushes, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. It does look like this though. It looks like this. But yeah, so what you're going to do is you're going to get a little bit of that Hoola bronzer on the brush, and then you're going to lay it up in your crease. Now when you do your crease, you're going to want to keep your eye open, because then you'll be able to actually see your crease. If not, you're going to make it too high, you're going to make it too low, it'll blend too much into the eye. But yeah, you want to make it in the crease right here. Make sure you do your crease with your eye open. And then you also want to do it over the edge of this eye. So on the outer corner of the eye, you want to go over that white with the bronzer as well. Then you also want to blend a little bit underneath the eye as well, just to give it that look. Now me, I don't have a smudging brush, which I wish to God I did. But, so what I'm doing instead is I pull down my lid a little bit, like just like that, and then I just brush the eyeshadow brush underneath, and then just blend it up. So yeah, once you got that pigment on there, then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and get a blending brush. This is a Pro blending brush, number 27, so this one does have a number. It's a number 27 blending brush by Sephora collection. You're going to go ahead and get that brush, and then you're going to go ahead and blend this up and out as well, because you don't want harsh lines on this eye. You want nice gradients all the way through, especially through all the different colors we'll be using, which I know they're all the same kind of tone, but you get what I mean. But yeah, you just want that nice gradients in between each of them. So you're just going to keep blending until it completely softens out like that. You see? So you're going to blend as much as you can until it softens out in the eye and so, to where you can't see any harsh lines. Now the next color we're going to use is going to be from the Bare Minerals, the Star Treatment palette. It's going to be called Ritzy. Now it's this top right color. It's a bit brown. I'm not sure if you can see the color too well. I'm really sorry if you can't. But we're going to go ahead and use that color next. You're going to get your airbrush shadow brush again. I'm going to go and clean that off a little bit on my hand. I usually use my hands to clean things off. I know I should be using paper towels and stuff like that, but I tend to find it easier to just use my hand. So yeah, you're going to put that in the inner or in the outer corner of your eye, and then you're just going to blend it very lightly, like you don't want to go out as much as you did with the Hoola bronzer, okay? You're just going to, there we go, get it in the corner, get it in the crease, but actually, because the good thing about that is since you put the Hoola bronzer above the crease, since you cut your crease with that bronzer, what that means is now you can put this in directly in with your eye closed or anything. So, but you want to get that in the middle of the crease, and then also on the outer corner of the eye. So you want to still leave some of that Hoola bronzer showing, but you also want to get some of this in there too. And then also, I'm going to do the underneath of my eye with the brown as well. Now with this you got to be really light because of course since it's a dark color it'll go like everywhere. So here we go, all the way around. And so I'm putting this color about like halfway through. Like I'm not putting it like all the way underneath or put too much. But yeah, you're not going to put it all the way underneath. You're not going to put it like all the way past. But just you might want to get in the outer corner and then just blend it in too. So there we go. Now you're going to get that blending brush we used before, the big fluffy one. You're going to get that and then you're going to blend out as well. And then blend it into that brown, going towards the white. But you want to try to still leave some of that, the bronzer showing, like some of that lighter brown. You still want to keep that showing, just to give it that nice gradient effect. Okay, see? There we go. And then there's the Ritzy all blended out. Okay? Alright, now next what we're going to do is I have this another eyeshadow brush. This one's by Clinique. This one's just a Clinique just eyeshadow brush, that's all it's called. It's nice and silver. Now I use this one for my darker colors. I have an eyeshadow brush that I use for lighter colors and the one that I use for darker colors. The reason why I do that is because before I was using this for everything and the colors are getting really muddy and the entire look just looked really muddy and gross and didn't like it. So I use this one for darker colors. Now what I'm going to get is this really, really dark black color, and that's called VIP, and that's in the Star Treatment palette. Now I'm going to get that color very lightly on my brush. I'm going to like pretty much just barely dab it in there like that, you see? Now the good thing that I like about these is that they're really pigmented, they're really nice, especially since like their loose powders are like nothing but pigment. Now what I'm going to do with this, you have to be really careful because the thing is, a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way, you know that saying. So, same thing with eyeshadow. Now, we're going to bring it on the outer crease. We're going to just dab it there and then bring it in a little bit. And the reason it's only, you'll see in a minute, the reason why it's only a little bit. So, okay, and then what we're also going to do is we're going to fan this out a little bit right there. So, it's going to be like a really little cat eye almost, or doe eye, whatever you'd like to call it. But so yeah, I just flicked it out flicked it out. Now try not to do that too much, because if you do that too much, what'll happen is it'll flick the brush, like the hairs on the brush, and then it'll collect on the outside of it, and then you'll get like a random black spot over here. You'll be like, where'd that from? What did I do? So, yeah, careful. And then also just put a little bit underneath. You want to be very light with this, because once again, a little goes a long way. Now, don't worry about getting into your waterline, which is the line on the bottom of your eye. Don't worry about getting too much in there, because we're going to go ahead and go over that later. So you just get that in and on and around. Okay, so there we go. We got a little tiny kind of cat eye thing going on there. A little bit on the edge, so yeah. Okay. I'm going to get the blending brush. I use the same blending brush for both things. I just try and brush off the excess every time I do anything. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that crease color in a little bit. Now make sure you're taking the pigment off of your brush, the dark pigment, because what will happen is it'll collect on the brush, and then no matter where you go with it, it'll follow with that same color. So you want to just smoke that out. Just make it really light. And then fan that out. Try not to bring it too far, because the thing is, if you keep pushing and pushing it out, what's going to happen is that you're going to end up going too far. You're going to pass your eyebrow. It's going to look gross. So, just smoke it out a little bit. Bring it up around here too. And then you just keep working towards it. Try and bring it a little bit into the outer edge of the eye, because of course we want this eye to be able to blend straight across. So we'll go ahead, there we go. Alright. Now next what I'm going to do is, I'm cleaning this off on my hand, of course. This is that same blending brush, the Pro blending brush number 27. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to get this white color from the Star Treatment palette, and it's called Carte Blanche, or Carte Blanche. Yes, Carte Blanche. I can't pronounce it. Carte Blanche. Yeah. Anyway, you're gonna get that white color, lightly dust it on onto the brush. So just like kind of pat, and then you're gonna put it up here on your brow bone, blend it across, and then you're also going to get a little more of that, and then put it on the lid of your eye, the inner lid, and then blend it across your lid into those other colors. Because what you want to do is get that gradient effect, but still maintain that highlight, you see? So you still want to maintain that highlight, bring that across so that it all blends together very nicely. Okay, now me, I like doing my highlights and stuff before actually doing my liner. As you do see, there's a bit of a wing liner on this side. Now I do like doing my highlights before I do my liner, and that's because I don't like going, of course I like putting all the eyeshadow on first, and then afterwards going on with the liner. Some people, I've seen them put the liner on first, and then put eyeshadow over, and then it just coats over, and then you lose that thick blackness that you want, that pure black from the liners. Okay, and so the next color I'm going to get is going to be Extravagance, which is this gold down here. It's a really nice gold. I love golds, especially with my brown eyes. But yeah, it's really good for a pop color. So as you can see, I actually put it right here in the center, which is what I'm going to do with the blending brush again. I like putting highlights and things like that with the blending brush because it lets me fan out the color more. It also gives it more of a tint. So here we go. There we go. And then I just blend that into just the inner eye area, and then just blending it out, just so that we got that pop of color. Okay, now next what we're going to need to do is we need a black pencil liner. This one is Makeup Forever Professional's Aqua Eyes, and then this is the number 10 in black. And it's just a waterproof eyeliner pencil. It's really nice. It's the only thing I use now. What we're going to do is you're going to look down. I know I'm going to give you a crazy eye for a second, but you're going to look down, try to open your eye as wide as you can, and get the liner underneath your eye. Now you're going to want to bring that across, all the way across. I know it's going to feel really weird at first and kind of funny. What I like to do sometimes is just using one finger, bringing up your eye, and then just doing that it does make it a bit easier. That's how I did it for the longest time. But yeah, now your eye may get watery and irritated. If it does, just get a Q-tip and then just dab the water from the eye. But be very gentle, be very careful with your eye. You don't want to poke your eye out. I know they say pain is beauty, but still. Don't forget to get the inner corner of the eye, just to complete out the look, okay? Alright, and then now it's time for the water line, which is the line underneath the eye on the bottom lid. Now, as you see over here, all I did was just straight white liner across the eye. I just got any white liner. This one's by Palladio, and it's just eyeliner, just white eyeliner by Palladio. Now make sure the tip of your eyeliner brush is clean. Now, if you didn't wipe off your lid before, which I usually don't, then of course you're going to get some pigment on your eyeliner pencil. And so what you want to do is just bring down the eye a little bit and then just run it across. Now what this white does is it opens your eye up a bit more, makes your eyes look bigger, makes them look more bright. So it helps along with the gold in the inside and then the darker tones around, and so it just helps to bring that eye out a bit more. Make sure you get all the way across. I tend to go over it a couple times just because this liner doesn't exactly, it's not exactly fully pigmented, so it doesn't just leave pure white. There we go. The next part we're going to work on is, we just did the underneath waterline. What we're going to work on next is the liner. So what we're going to use for our liner, I use liquid liner. Now what I'm using is the Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D, and that's in the color Trooper. That's what I like using, just because it's really pigmented, it does show up really well, and I don't know, I just like the way it looks. It's really pretty. Kat Von D makes really nice makeup. It's really good pigments. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to line the entire top line. Now the way I do this is I balance it underneath my lid and then go straight across. So, and I also pull out to the side a little bit so that my lid is actually straight. So just straight across like that. And then that's going to give us our base starting point, okay? Now what you're going to want to do is just try and go over it, make sure that it's crisp and straight. This one I did make it a little bit thicker, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm just going to add an extra little layer. Let's see. There you go, and so it gives it that thicker, kind of bolder line. Brings out your lashes a little more too whenever you actually put mascara on. We're also going to line the bottom lash line. We're also going to line the bottom lash line as well. But not all the way through, it's just going to match up with the shadow that we put. So, along the base, just pull it straight back. I do tend to have some trouble with this drying out, and that's because it picks up the eyeshadow from underneath. Now, if you have that problem, yeah, as you can see the mess on my hand, I tend to just wipe it off on there. If you have a paper towel, wipe it off on there too. Usually I just wash my hands after I'm done with everything. Yeah, now what you're going to do is you're going to pull this up in a quick whip. And what that's going to do is it's going to accentuate that shadow that we extended out earlier. And then we're just going to blend that through, make sure it's even. You just want to make sure that it's even here. And that it matches up on both sides. Okay, now after I put my liner on, what I do is I actually put lashes on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on really quick. Later on I'll do a quick tutorial on how to put lashes on. It's really quick, really easy. Some people think it's the worst thing in the world. But it's just bloop, bloop, and that's it. Okay, now that we got the lashes on, the ones I'm wearing are by Japanesque. They're just small, very, they're just small outer corner eyelashes. It's very simple. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is the first mascara that I'm going to use on it is Smoky Lash by Makeup Forever. It's just the extra black mascara. It's really nice. The reason why I use this one first is because it's a bit thinner. And it actually helps me to at least fill up the lashes, get them brushed as well, since they have that kind of brush right there. Since they have just a very they have a very bristled brush. And so what I'm going to do is go at the base of the lashes like that. And then I'm going to wiggle it all the way through. And then usually halfway through the wiggle, I blink. And so that I get all the mascara running through the lash. Now just apply this one just apply to the top lashes only. That's all I do, is just apply them to the top ones, because the bottom lashes don't exactly need this base coat of mascara. And that's because they don't really take much. Plus, you don't want your bottom lashes being very like black, because it'll just you look crazy. People think you cray. So anyway, and then I have this lash curler. This one's by Tarte. It's just normal lash curler. I don't think there's any really difference between lash curlers except for brands maybe. But yeah, so you get your lash through there, and then you lift it up, and then you release. Now be careful, because I've had it to where lash curlers take off my lashes. Like, I'll do one lash and I'll be like, oh, this is great. And then I'll do the other lash and I'm like, my lash is on the lash curler still. And it was horrible. So, yeah, so you're going to do that first lash. I tend to try and push them up a bit with my finger too. If you get it on your finger, just be careful not to get it on your lid, because if you do, then you have to redo the whole thing. Okay, now the next product we're going to get is our They're Real mascara by Benefit. The reason why I use this one over the Smoky Lash is because this one is really great for coating. It's very liquefied, but the thing is it does get really thick once it goes on. I put on the Smoky Lash first because it's thinner, and then I can build it up with the They're Real mascara, and I just put that on right over, just because it's a thinner formula, but overall it ends up becoming a thicker product on your lashes. So just get it and then do the same thing as before. Start in the bottom, wiggle your way up, and then blink. Or, well, I blink. Don't forget the tips of the lashes. If you do, they'll end up being very thin and odd. And you want to extend them. You want to get them all as big and plump as possible to get that glamorous look. Now we're going to get that same mascara, and then we're going to go over the bottom lashes as well. So you just take it out normally, and then just wiggle, wiggle down. Wiggle, wiggle down. That's it. Me, I tend to be really detailed with it just because it has kind of a spike ball end like that, and so I like using that to get the bottom lashes, just to fill them out a little bit more, just because it has the product on it. It has a lot of the product too, because it all collects on there whenever I take it out. It just wipes off the sides, but then the tip has the product. And just wiggle it out. Yeah, so there we go. Now as a finishing touch, I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of highlighter underneath the actual eye, just because I want to bring it out a little more. Now that's the thing, I'm going to just bring it underneath and then across here. What that'll do is it'll blend out the eye, give it a bit of a cut to also increase my own personal highlight on my face. But yeah, let's see. And that's just to brighten up your eyes a little more. Make them a little more noticeable. Also make that cut a little more noticeable too. And you're finished. Okay, so next up I'm going to show you how to do the lips. Now it's really simple. All I use is just lip liner, lipstick, and lip gloss, and that's it. Which any lip hopefully should be comprised of just that. First thing I'm going to be using is this Victoria's Secret lip liner. It's just in nude. It just looks like that, Victoria's Secret. I don't know. I got it from them a while back. It's really nice. It looks strange. It's really nice. It's just a nude color. Now you're just going to line around your top and bottom lip, and then you're going to fill it in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. Now, it may not look like I'm applying anything to my lip, but that's probably because it's a nude color. But it'll end up becoming some like kind of odd grayish color. And what this lip liner is going to do is it's going to help define the shape of your lip, as well as it's also going to help the lipstick and the lip gloss stay on longer. After you've gone all around your lips, go ahead and fill in your lip as well. Also, make sure your lips are really moisturized before you do this, because if not, then this could possibly dry it out. So you want to make sure you put some kind of moisturizer, some kind of chapstick. Personally, I use EOS, which is this little ball of just like chapstick. That's all it is. And you just put that on your lips. Make sure you like. Normally, I put it on before I actually start doing my lips and start doing my makeup in general. Just like along with my facial moisturizer and primer, then I just moisturize my lips as well, just so they're ready. And so you fill in your lips with the lip liner, and then afterwards you get a lip color of the same shade, which the reason why we're doing more of a muted tone lip, like more of a nude lip, is because our eyes are so... So, since our eyes are so, are popping so much, and since they're so dramatic, then we want to have a nuder lip so that they don't clash with each other. Because if they're both very high dramatic, like if you have dramatic red lips and then this dramatic eyeshadow, what'll happen is they'll contrast against each other and people won't know where to look to be like lips, mouth, lips, eyes, lips, whoa, what's going on? So, yeah. So this color that I'm using, it's by Glow Minerals, and it's called Tahiti. I believe it may be discontinued, but it's pretty much just a nude pinkish color, like that. Not sure if you can see it too well. But yeah, it's just a nudish pink color, like that. It looks a little red, I know, but that's because there was some red gloss on it before. But yeah, so you're just going to get this nude red color, and then put that over the lip liner. Always make sure to get the inside of the lips too, because if you end up missing or anything like that, what you're going to see is just like a space underneath. So you always want to make sure to get in there, just so it's a complete lip. Okay, then we're going to put that away, and then we're going to go ahead and use a nude lip gloss as well. This one's by Laura Mercier, and this one is called Bare Beige. Alright, and so there's the color. There's the color for you. Yeah, it's just a beige color. It's just very nude, very quiet, very beige. So yeah, that's the color. There's a swatch. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead, pick up that color, and then we're gonna dab it on. You don't want to spread it through, because then the brush will just get covered in lipstick. So Just dab on that lip gloss. And that's to give it more of a shine. Make it more pretty. And also to get rid of that pink tone. Well, for me it's to get rid of the pink tone from the lipstick because I don't want it to be too pink. But I also don't want it to be like my skin tone. So, sorry, I'm really precise with my gloss. I like actually having it all coat. Usually another thing that I like to do is to define the lines better with the gloss. Because I have better control with these brushes for some reason. I don't know why. Man, there you go. Once you got it all glossed up, all nuded out, and then you're good to go. I hope that wasn't too difficult to understand. I'm sorry if it was. But yeah, so there's just the basic eye and the basic lip. Well, a basic kind of smoky eye, and then a basic nude lip. I'll go more into contouring later on, and as well as how I did my eyebrows, because all I did was pretty much fill them in with a shadow, and then go over them with brown mascara, and then that's about it. Which I can go ahead and upload a tutorial later for that if y'all want. Just let me know, and then I'll go ahead and show y'all any questions you have about contouring, about eyeshadows, about anything, any kind of application of makeup onto your face. Just let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer you. I'll try my best with answering. I do check the comments every day and make sure if I miss anybody that I get to them and get back to answering them as well. So yeah, so nothing really new yet. I'm still looking around at places to possibly perform at. I'm still unsure as to where it can go, but yeah, I'm hoping to get my name out there again. For now, I'll focus on you for the videos and everything, on makeup and on just applying and kind of build myself up. You know, like just personally, emotionally, mentally, artistically as well. And then hopefully I can just go further with it, okay? So thank you so much again for your support and your love and for all your help and for staying tuned and listening in and all that jazz. Yeah, thank y'all so much as usual, and I'll see y'all next week, okay? Bye. Bye. I'm not adjusting myself as much. I'm not sure if you've noticed.